Anna, why did you take the baby from Sutter to Kaiser? Why did you decide?
I was not feeling safe with my baby up there. We did had 2 mistakes up there at the hospital already, you know, like, and they've been raising the voice on us, you know, like, and I was done by a point saying, you know, like, I need the safety for my baby. I want to make sure that, you know, like, those people are walking to my baby and giving the right medication, giving the right treatment to my baby, you know, like, not just pushing us around, you know, and pressing us to do the surgery right away, you know.
Okay, that was Anna Nikolaev, and she was explaining why she took her 5-month-old son, Sammy, out of the hospital to get a second opinion. I would do that. Anna joins us now with her husband, Alex, and their attorneys, Joe Weinberger and Robert Powell. Guys, when America saw your story here in the last few days, we were a little shocked. You come from the former Soviet Union. How shocked were you that somebody came into your house without a warrant and just took your child?
It was awful. I mean, it's like we had no right whatsoever. I mean, they just came in, assaulted us, and just kidnapped our child.
Go ahead.
You're saying Alex is from Soviet Union, but I'm from Germany, and I've never been seeing something like that. We have a big family in our house. We're 8 kids, and my mom, she always was treating us fair. She loved us. We've been always getting this love at home. And the government in Germany, he would never do this. He would help your family. He would protect your family. He would never take your kids away just, you know, because you want to have a second opinion.
People will say there's got to be something that I'm missing here, because the state said that you were engaging in severe neglect. Do you have any idea what that might be? Any idea?
When I heard this word, because I'm from Germany and I live here only 7 years, for me it's like, what is that? So when I've been talking on the phone and I'm like, can you explain to me what that word is? All I got was saying that I took my child, he was in an emergency station, he was almost dying, and I wouldn't care about my child.
Okay, first of all, I should have started with this, but how is Sammy now?
He's doing good. He's smiling. You should have seen him yesterday when we woke up in the hospital. He was sleeping. By the time he opened his eyes were so big. He was surprised to see all these people around, the family members, ours. And then when he had to go to sleep in the evening, usually he goes at 9 o'clock. That would not work. It was 10 o'clock. It was 11 o'clock. He opened his eyes. He looked at me. He lay down. He closed his eyes. Again, he opened his eyes, looked at me, and he's like, Mom, you still here?
I will tell you that I have 4 children, and I cannot imagine my wife or I and what we would go through if at 5 months they took my child for 2 weeks. What was that like, to be without your child, a newborn, for 2 whole weeks?
It's horrible. It's like they took everything what you had. We've been waiting for a son so long. By the time we had him, it was not easy for us. It was the horriblest day that we ever had, that we can imagine what could happen to us. We've never been thinking about things like that would happen to our family, that we get separated, that somebody would take away our son and just not let us see him.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. What I see here going on, I find this amazing, that the state says that they still will have a caseworker come into your house. Maybe this is a question best directed to your attorneys, I'm not sure, but why? I mean, under what grounds do they have to come into your house?
Can I answer
anymore?
that, Glenn?
Yes.
Well, the case remains open from a procedural standpoint. There's a hope that it will resolve at the end of May, but from a procedural standpoint, there's still an existing case, and the judge, I think, was a little shocked that they came in saying, oh, this kid's in such bad shape, but by the end of the day on Monday, we had an agreement that basically restored 98% of their position as parents.
There's nothing that either one of you guys, you're not denying medical care or anything, you just wanted a second opinion. You know, if doctors agree that, you know, you have to do it, you're willing to have medical care.
Yes.
Of course, that's what we wanted.
Let me make this really clear. The parents have been really wonderful parents and have done everything that could possibly have been asked of them. The only issue in this matter was the doctor who was providing care for him at Sutter They didn't like him.
Well,
he was too pushy. He was too aggressive, and they wanted a second opinion.
I got news for you. My daughter was born with special needs. It is a frightening, frightening time. She was born in Phoenix Children's Hospital. The first doctor that was working with her, we didn't like, and we said we want another doctor. And I would have taken her to another place if we didn't get another doctor. I mean, it's your right to do that. Can you tell me? I'm hoping the answer to this is yes. Are you planning on making the state of California, I'm asking this to the attorneys, more bankrupt than they already are?
I think you can rest assured that's something that will be taken care of.
Good.
This is a county-based litigation, Glenn, but it will probably have an impact someday.
It is truly remarkable. What is the next step in this?
Well, the most important step is, as far as the child is, we get him transferred to Stanford Hospital, where he gets reviewed by a doctor of the parents' choosing, not by that of the state. And we get him evaluated, and we see exactly when this surgery needs to take place.
I would suggest,
and then we get it done.
I would suggest before Obamacare kicks in. Final question to the parents: do you regret living in the United States? Do you regret coming here?
You know, I've been coming 7 years ago, and I thought that we have freedom here, that we have our rights as a parents. Comparing to Germany, like, we have only one son right now. We are 8 kids in my family, and we've been getting this big support from the Germany government. By one point, I can say, yes, what happened to us on Wednesday. If I would knew before Wednesday, if I would knew a week before when he got fever that stuff like that would happen, yes, I would change my life differently. Before 7 years ago, I would change my life.
All right, guys, thank you very much. I appreciate it. We'll be following the case. Let us know further developments if we can help. Back in a minute.